Okay, you are now live, Sarah.
Ooh, welcome! Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome to TLC for me's very first networking event. Is there somebody else joining us?
Yeah, it's
Ah,
Jemima.
it's Jemima, okay.
Jemima's arriving as
Jemima,
well.
We'll just have a nice shot of Jemima arriving.
These are all the people that are here already. Say hello, everybody. Yay! You're live on Periscope, Alan.
Yeah. So we are from TLC for Micro Enterprise. We're a Worcestershire-based group which aims to support and encourage local micro enterprises. And we are in the process of developing a programme which will hopefully be going a lot further than just locally, but more of that on another occasion. So we're just waiting for one of our number to arrive on this
Here comes Jemima.
beautiful August morning. I'm actually really impressed that people have turned up, to be perfectly honest with you. I was thinking it would just be you and me, Michael. But we're British.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, we're not all British, but
No.
most of us are British.
Yes.
We're used to the vagaries of the wonderful British August weather.
I did.
We're from Yorkshire.
Sorry.
I did. There's a great website. It's not an app, but it's a website called netweather.tv or something,
Yeah.
and it shows you the radar of the rain. It's brilliant. You can actually see how the rain's moving across the
sounds
country,
great, yeah.
and it's moving kind of eastwards. So hopefully there's a big band from the south coming up, but it's moving more eastwards than north. So, hi Jemima.
Hi, Jemima.
Now we need to ask you before I film you. We're actually transmitting live on Periscope. Have you come across Periscope? No. I'll talk to you about it whilst we're walking along.
I should have put the link up.
Okay.
So you're on then, and Sarah's just doing a kind of bit introduction.
Just introducing what we're doing really. As part of our monthly Wednesday wellness, one of the topics that's coming about doing is networking. And networking is something that's become really quite popular in certain organisations as an alternative way of meeting, talking, discussing things, and also doing that in the context of increasing your wellness. And for those of us who are in micro enterprise, working either in very, very small companies or even on our own, sometimes we forget to do that. We forget to make sure that we're prioritising our wellness. So myself and Alan and Steve, who is sunning himself in the south of France at the moment, somewhere like that, decided that we'd like to have a go at this. So the idea of this morning is to kind of trial this. We're going to do a fairly short walk, particularly bearing in mind the weather conditions aren't great. And we're going to have a go at just seeing what happens when we have a conversation that is out of the office, out of the business context, and possibly just letting us see where it goes, because sometimes in networking we get very stuck in a particular rut about what we're talking about. So what I thought we'd do is have a theme which is the art of conversation. In other words, when small talk can lead to big talk. And what I've done is I've got a few icebreaker questions here that I'd like you to use to start a conversation with somebody. Now, as we walk along, chances are we're going to get split up into like twos or threes, because it's actually quite difficult to hold a conversation with a large group of people. So I've got a number of icebreaker questions which I will reveal in a moment, to just ask each other these questions and see what happens. You don't have to stay on the subject, they're literally just a starting point, but just be curious as to what emerges when you start with one of these questions. There aren't any right answers, so don't think too hard about whether you're saying the right thing. Just allow yourself to go with the flow. If things dry up, try another one. What we're going to do is we're going to walk for probably about sort of 20-25 minutes, stop for a coffee at the evening sun, and then walk back again. We'll just see what happens. The idea of this is that we'd like to perhaps organise some longer networking events in the future. So one of the things I'd like you to be thinking about as you experience this morning is what kind of length of time you'd be interested in doing some networking. and what kind of distance as well, because I'm aware that we're probably all got different experiences of walking. Some of us are used to walking quite long distances, others not. So another aim of today is going to be to kind of sort of talk about how we might walk this in the future, or if we get horrendously rained on, we might decide we're never going to do this ever again. Who knows? So these are the questions. I'll give you a copy of these in just a moment. What did you want to be when you grew up? If money was no object, what would you be doing with your life? What would you love to learn how to do really well? Who was your childhood hero? What was the best piece of advice you were ever given? What does the idea of retirement do to you? Who would you most like to be sitting next to at the ultimate network event? And yes, absolutely anyone, alive or dead. And finally, when and where was your last good walk? So use any of those that you want. And let's go.
You'll be pleased to know we've got 5 live viewers.
Why, you people? Why?
Why?
People will watch anything, won't they?
I'm not sure I'm going to manage that.
Now, bearing in mind that the sun shines on the righteous, we're sun before the heavens open.
So welcome. Well, we've got 6 viewers now, and you're going to walk with us. We're going to do something called net walking. You probably heard Sarah. So thanks for joining us, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Has everybody got a car park ticket, by the way? Right then, slow down. Let's go. Slightly amended route, so that you...
Oh, hello, what's that?
Somebody's water.
Is that somebody's water?
What's this yet?
Sorry, I'll kick you.
Thank you.
Slightly amended the original route to avoid the quagmire.
Okay,
of the
brilliant.
house. No, I don't.
So we're currently in Droitwich Marina. This is a car park. These are the walkers this morning.
I want to do my last of the summer ride. Why? Oh, Marina!
Yeah, beautiful view there of the boats. And I'm not going to be transmitting this live for a very long period. Oh, here's a jogger.
Okay, here's a truck.
Oh, here's a massive truck. About to kill us. So I thought I'd put my my own face on, so to give you some idea of what's going on now. We're doing an event called Net Walking, and this is a networking event with a difference. It's about doing something different rather than, you know, the traditional networking, talking about your business. And we've got some questions that we're using. The questions we're using on this piece of paper. So one of the questions is, what did you want to be when you grew up? That's a good one. If money was no object, what would you be doing with your life? That's a good question for you to think about today. And what would you love to learn how to do really well? What would you love to learn how to do really well? Who was your childhood hero? And what was the best piece of advice you were ever given? And then what does the idea of retirement do to you? So these are questions that we're all talking about as we're doing our net walking event. And what would you most like to be sitting next to at the ultimate networking event? Yes, absolutely anybody, anyone, alive or dead. And the last one is, when and where was your last good walk? So these are some questions that we're going to be contemplating I'm not intending for you to walk the whole route with us. We're walking for about 20 minutes. We're then going to have a cup of coffee, and then we're going to walk back. And there is 7 of us doing it this morning, so not a massive group. But the idea is, if we do well, then we're going to be doing this maybe for a longer walk, bigger groups of people, and we'll keep you posted how we get on. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.